Hey everybody, it's Joe with Joe Knows Cryptos. I hope everybody had a good holiday season and welcome into the new year. Happy New Year. So I haven't made a video in a few weeks and decided it was about time to drop my thoughts on the current cryptocurrency market. The last video that I made, I did mention that the price appreciation would depend on the total market cap. I'm talking about of cryptocurrencies, which is currently around 126 billion, 125 billion, right in there. Hasn't really changed much in the last few weeks, up from the lows of around 100 billion, but way down from last year's highs of I think it was around 700 billion. So what I had said in the last video is that with the Bakkt announcement coming out, that we should see prices start to go upward because people who are in the know, people who are brokers and people who have money and people who are in tune with the cryptocurrencies, and people with positions of influence and bankers and brokers and people in finance and people who are working with Bakkt and other large financial institutions that will eventually be, purchasing cryptocurrencies and using cryptocurrencies on their own platforms, would have been tipping off families and friends after, of course, they made their purchases. News would sneak out through the grapevine that it's time to get into cryptocurrencies, and I anticipated seeing a bit of a rally provided that Bakkt was actually going to go through. We haven't seen that rally. It pretty much died out about almost 2 weeks ago, about the time I made the last video. So it rallied a little bit, but then it kind of just has gone sideways. And the reason for that is because you probably have heard, and if you haven't, the news is that Bakkt has been delayed once again. And so I think there was a little bit of excitement about Bakkt coming out. I think it was supposed to be January 24th, and I think that maybe some people were anticipating that and bought in. And now, since it's been delayed yet again, I think that some of that air has maybe come out of the balloon. I think people who put their money in there overall will probably keep it in there, anticipating that Bakkt will be approved sooner rather than later. But I think that people are still, they're going to play it a little bit cautious, a little bit safe until they know that that's going to go through, because that's going to be a big boost to the cryptocurrency market. It's going to be Bakkt actually purchasing the cryptocurrencies, not just saying, yeah, you have, you've just bought a Litecoin, but not really owning a Litecoin. They're actually going to purchase the Litecoin with your money. They'll charge you a transaction fee, and that's how they'll make their money. There may be some gaps in between where they can purchase, but it's going to be a pretty legit overall system from what we're being told, the whole Bakkt platform. So with the delay of that, again, we're going to see a delay of the market moving up until we know for sure that Bakkt is going to go through. Now, once we see the market start to rise, start to go up, I think that's going to be a pretty good sign that Bakkt is going to be approved, within 30 days or so. Other big news that's supposed to be coming out this month, and one of the biggest problems with cryptocurrencies, and this was one of my big issues when I first bought in, and I can relate to anybody who's new getting into cryptocurrencies, is that it's not particularly easy, and it's a little bit confusing, and anything that's different, especially when it involves people's money, is scary because they are unsure and they don't want to risk their money. And why should they risk their money, especially in a market that's gone down dramatically over the last year? And it's complicated, a bit complicated. It's just not easy. It's not user friendly at this point. And what I mean by that is, say you've never purchased a cryptocurrency before. I know most of the people who watch this show have and are into it, but let's say someone tells you, yes, you need to buy some some Walton chain token. You know, they do RFID proof of goods. So yeah, that sounds good. You know, people tell them a little bit about it. All right, well, how do I buy it? Well, first you have to go to Coinbase and set up an account. Okay, how is that complicated? What do I need to give? I have to give my bank information. Okay, well then what? So I just go and set up the account and buy Walton coin, Walton chain? No. The next thing you have to do is buy Bitcoin. Well, why am I going to buy Bitcoin? I want to buy Walton chain. Well, you have to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, and then you need to go and set up another account. Wait, I have to set up another account to buy one thing that I want to buy? Yeah, so you have to set up a Coinbase account, then you have to set up a Binance account, and then you have to transfer your Bitcoin over to Binance, and then you can buy the Walton chain with your Bitcoin. And then, now when do I get my Walton chain and how do I get it? Well, you see there you have to set up another thing, another wallet to transfer your Walton chain into. Oh, and like, will they just send it? No, you have to have this copy and paste, this encrypted key, address, and it gets to be a lot for people. It's not like, you know, at that point people are just like, well, you know what? I got my money in my wallet on my debit card, and that's good enough for me right now. You know, for most people, that's what they're going to say. They're not going to want to get into all this opening 2 accounts and buying this and then getting a fee to buy Bitcoin, and, you know, buy the Walton chain and then transferring it and opening wallets and all this stuff. It's very confusing, and it's not very user friendly. It's not ease of use. So the big thing that's coming out this month that's going to solve that problem for a lot of people is an exchange called HODLit. And I believe HODLit, I think it might just be a soft open for maybe around 1,000 customers or so, just to make sure all the bugs and kinks and everything is worked out, and that the exchange runs smoothly before they open it to the masses. But this will be a good sign, because it's going to make the purchasing of cryptocurrencies so much easier than it is right now through Coinbase. And it's going to be connected to a bank account, which is going to make people feel a lot more comfortable, especially people used to the system that we're under right now. So basically, you can link your current bank account, and it's going to have pretty much every single bank imaginable, especially all the big banks, will be connected to HODLit, and HODLit will also have their own bank. So as far as ease of use, if you have a automatic deposit, you know, from your work, you can deposit it right into your HODLit bank account if you choose to open a HODLit bank account, or you're going to be able to link it with your current bank and transfer funds back and forth from the HODLit bank to your Bank of America, or, you know, whatever bank you have. And then you're also going to be able to buy cryptocurrencies right there. So you're going to have your bank account. At any time, you can just open up your app on your phone, and say you've got $5,000 in your bank, and you go out to eat and you get some food and you pay with your debit card or your HODLit debit card, and then while you're out you hear that Bitcoin dropped 10% in price. Say, oh, that's a good time to buy some Bitcoin. You just open up the same app that you use for your debit card or to pay for your meal with, and you purchase some Bitcoin right there through your bank, right through the HODLit bank, right where your money is automatically deposited through your checking account. And then later that evening, you see that Bitcoin has gone up 15% from where you bought it, and you decide to sell it and just put it right back into fiat, into your bank account, into dollars, US dollars. So that is going to be something that people can deal with. That's going to be something that average consumers can understand. I mean, there are people out there that are just, you know, I'm sure you've run into people that just have no tech savvy at all. They just, anything with technology, they just can't deal with, especially when you get to the older generations. And right now, the older generation is actually the people that have disposable income. They're the ones that have pensions that come in, that have been saving their whole lives. And it'd be real cool if they could get into cryptos and learn a little bit about it, because they're the ones, who do have a majority of the money. Um, a lot of kids still live with their parents even when you're graduated from college. It hasn't been easy on the millennials, and for most people, the economy just started to turn around the last few years here, so a lot of people don't have a lot of disposable income. But the ease of use is going to be something that's going to make it so much more attractive for people to get into. And as cryptocurrencies are used more, the price will go up, because there's going to be a constant flux of money coming in and out, in and out. But the more people that use it, it's just going to make the market cap go higher. So those are basically the two things I wanted to point to for this upcoming month. Is one, that the Bakkt thing has been delayed again. It's kind of a bummer, but it seems that it's something that's definitely going to go through, just like the ETFs were supposed to go through, and they kept getting delayed, and that kept draining the market, especially the first time that it happened. Bakkt is a big player that is going to bring up the prices. However, currently, with the delay again, we're going to have to wait, I believe, to see these prices go up. Once we see these prices do start to increase, I think that's going to be a good sign that Bakkt, NASDAQ, Goldman Sachs, and all these other large trading platforms and investor platforms are going to start opening up. But until we see the market start to creep up, and I'm not talking 5 or 10 billion, I'm talking from 130 billion up to 200 billion within a short period of time. And then once these things open, then I believe we're going to see another big jump up to 3 or 4 billion, and then a steady increase from there as time goes on. But until we see that, that means that none of these things are going to open up to cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. Okay, unless there's some major hype that comes out, or some big person with a lot of clout says it's time to purchase cryptocurrencies. The Bakkt thing, the HODLit thing is going to be great. It's going to help the cryptocurrency market. I recommend that if you have not signed up for Bakkt, you can just go to Bakkt. I think it's either Bakkt.io or Bakkt.com, and just register for the account. Tell your friends and family about it as well. Cool thing about it is they have a roundup feature. If you're unfamiliar with roundups, that's pretty much you purchase a meal at I don't know, your favorite restaurant, and it comes to for just for yourself, you go out to lunch, and it comes to $14.35. Then that means they'll round it up to $15, and that extra 65 cents from the $14.35 up to the $15 mark, that 65 cents will go into purchase any of the cryptocurrencies I believe that they're going to have available. So it's a way to slowly buy cryptos. They're also going to have really low fees, and I believe 0 fees to transfer cryptos. Purchasing is going to be very small fees. So HODLit is going to be great for cryptocurrencies. I know as soon as it opens up, I'm probably going to take a good majority of my tokens and bring them over there. I'm going to set up the bank account, and I'm going to start using my cryptocurrencies, purchasing and selling, and using fiat, and just using it all interchangeable, which is very exciting. Guys, that's my message for today. I'll try to maybe start doing these updates a little more often. I did have somebody ask me about privacy coins. Privacy coins, I think, are going to be a big thing unless the SEC jumps in and tries to regulate them more and puts a lot of pressure on them. Because the SEC likes to be in charge of everything. They like to know what everybody's doing at all times. Privacy coins don't allow that, and they don't like that. So I think they may give privacy coins some problems, but overall I think privacy coins are what people want. All right, guys, I'm at 15 minutes here, so kiss your wife, hug your kids, pet your pets. Joe Knows Cryptos. Peace out. Love you.